Hey guys, Keiko RC here. I'm trying a new, well, not a new camera. I'm trying my old DSLR, the Canon T2i or 550D. Anyway, today's video is going to be a quick little kind of a review on initial, review of this dual channel Hitec X2 AC Plus charger. Now this thing's giving out about 100 watts, I believe. It says it right here on the front of the package. 100 watts times 2 in DC mode, 100 watts power distribution in AC mode. So the reason why I bought this, because everybody knows that does these surface, it could even be air if you're using two batteries for longevity, whatever it might be. Anyway, everybody knows that the proper way to charge your batteries is to balance charge them, and that can take a very long time. You can quick charge them and get up and running, but I always balance charge everything that I have because I do not want to risk damaging any of the cells. So with that being said and everything, let's just kind of dig down. I already opened it up, but like everybody usually does on their unboxing videos. So pretty nice, protected and everything. Here's your manual. Just like any publication or literature, you're gonna have everything you need in there. AC cord, nothing special in here, just your regular AC cord. Two balance boards, and you're gonna have your impedance magnets, or whatever you want to call those, and then of course your banana plugs to charge your batteries. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to extend mine out. You can see the length here. Sorry if this video is just kind of, I'm using my nifty 50 lens on this thing, so it's not autofocus, and it's zoomed in, it's where it's at. So anyway, it's a fixed lens. So here's how far I'm going to extend them, because I like running my batteries in like an ammo box or something like that. You never know what's going to happen. And of course I'm going to use my tried and true Dean's connectors for that. So, with all that being said, let's take this out. First impressions I have to say about this thing is it's pretty small, which I like. I've seen some dual chargers out there that are pretty big, like the Venom charger, I think it's called, or whatever. This thing's got some serious weight to it, though. So, it's got some pretty good heavy-duty electronics in there, which is probably going to keep cool for the most part. It looks like it might have a dual fan on this bad boy, so fan per channel. And you're going to have your balance ports, temperature ports. Looks like a cell phone charger here, 5 volts, 2.1 amps. Just very generic cell phone charger, I'm assuming. Nothing that's going to be any intelligent charger. And PC link, and I believe what this is for, looks like a micro USB there. And on the side of this box, let me show you real fast, as long as I can show you without messing up the view here, because I know this camera is kind of funky. So let's see if I can orientate this correctly. And if you could see on this right here on the box, it's going to have this PC, or I'm sorry, this might be where your PC link goes, and you can control this via Wi-Fi through one of your apps, depending on if you have Apple, which I hope you don't, or some type of Android phone. And you can control this, which I know for some guys out there that are running multiple batteries and things like that, this thing could, it could be cumbersome trying to go through the typical menu that this comes with, which is up here. So going through those buttons, you guys know you click, this and that, press enter, change your cells, change your amps, and this and that, blah 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 blah. Anyway, the app might be a little bit better if you have multiple applications, multiple batteries that you need to charge in one sitting. It's the only thing I can think of. Big reason why you would actually maybe need that. For me, I probably don't. It's a $25 option on Amazon, which is kind of nice. And they shipped this to me. I ordered it 9 o'clock yesterday, and it came to me by like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's pretty cool. Just one of those like what do you call Lyft drivers, or whatever you want to call them, or Uber. And it's weird, they pick up packages too. They deliver packages. Sometimes I think they deliver food too. Anyway, Grubhub type of stuff. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to solder these leads on, to the Dean's connectors on. I'm going to extend my leads so I can run this stuff in an ammo box. Of course, I'm probably going to plug my balance chargers straight, my balance connectors straight into here, but I'm not going to use the boards at all. I'm just going to plug them straight in there, unless this won't allow you to do that, which I don't see why it wouldn't. But anyway, you can I can always find out here. Well, here's a balance plug right here, and let's just see. I have a 3-cell. Plug it in just like that. Nope, that's not going to work. And nope, it has to go in like this. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to ruin it, but it looks like it could work for the most part. But what I'll probably do is just I might use the balance boards and see what's going on there. So anyway, guys, let me real quick, on the balance boards, what I would do if I'm extending the leads, you can plug these straight into these, obviously these balance ports here. This one's going to go to 6S. This has a lot more information on it. I have to read up why this board is so sophisticated here. It looks like it's telling you what kind of batteries they are, or something like that. Anyway, yeah, Lifey right here. Anyway, I'll read up on this. I'm not too familiar with all that stuff, but anyway, I should be able to no problem just run one of my balance connectors straight out of here and straight to the ammo box where I'll be charging these. So anyway, guys, I might do an accelerated time-lapse type of video of me soldering. I might not, because everyone knows how to solder. So the next video, which I'll probably stitch to this one, will be the actual real-world results I'm getting off of this thing and how it performs. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll have a Savage update here pretty soon too. All right, later. All right, guys, KQRC again. Again, sorry, I'm just trying this camera setup. I'm hoping that I could find maybe a different lens or something, but it's kind of hard to get close because of this fixed lens. You'll be like right on top of it, and you won't be able to see all that. I'd have to bring everything in view. And anyway, it's just an experiment. Anyway, so I got my wires soldered up, like I said I was going to do in the last video I was doing, and everything's working great. So these batteries were already charged, but I just wanted to see what's going on. And this thing is only putting out on battery A, which is this guy right here. Battery's nice and cool, everything's cool, but these fans both turned on, and the battery A is only charging at 0.7 amps right now, and battery B is charging at 0.1 amps. And I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but that's what they're charging at right now. So it's and there it goes down to 0. So they're kind of doing like a trickle charge now type of deal, and making sure everything's good. Now here's the thing, this charger is actually charging them, and I just had charged these up with my old Sigma 2 charger that I got from Hobby People, probably, I think it was back in 2009 or so, or 10, somewhere around there. And it's still been working, but I notice sometimes it'll cut off or can't sense the batteries correctly and this and that. So I had to use these balance boards that the unit came with, only because it doesn't have the notches. So if you wanted to use a 2S balance cable, it won't plug directly in there, which is kind of a pain in the butt, because you got to have these balance boards hanging out, and that's, I don't know, I don't really like that. I just like it. I like it looking clean. I'm not going to be going multiple batteries and doing those crazy shit, so I will probably end up modifying my balance connectors here, and what I'll do is I'll knock one of the little, I guess, notches or whatever you want to call right here, where the orientation, so you don't mess this thing up, and it kind of clips in there, and it holds everything together. I might pull one of those off, and it should go right into this right into the charger itself, and I won't worry about it yanking out, because I don't really tug on stuff. Once I set it, it's sitting there, Now I just have them out right now. I usually charge them in something safer, like an ammo box or something, which I probably have sitting on the table right here. Use a 50 cal ammo box and it works great. So I'm, you know, it's really hard to show you a good review, but the performance already is showing that these fans are turning on. They know that it's charging. It's keeping everything safe. I usually run an external fan anyway on my charger, just to give it a little bit of extra and give it a chance, because sometimes even with these guys, you know, if it's hot like right now, we're probably 85 degrees. I got the garage open and it's pretty muggy today too, so that just kind of amplifies everything. But yeah, the electronics can get hot, so I usually run an external fan, and never had any problems. So the fact that it's actually still charging these things up. The one thing I do like, that it has, I think, a little bit more than my other charger, and not much. I mean, they're all kind of universal. You can check the status here. So you see what each cell is at. You can see one of my cells is down low at 4.16 volts on battery A. Battery B, one's at 410, and it says it's done charging. So that's where that one's starting to kind of mess up. And you can check your fuel. 99% fuel left in there, and right back to your cell voltage. Let's check the fuel in this 96, and that's probably all I'm going to get out of battery B over here, only because I've run these things pretty hard. If you hit the status button over here, you can get your end voltage, what the whole thing is at, what's coming in. I don't have a temperature gauge on these, so that doesn't matter. The cutoff, temperature, safety timer, it goes through all these things. Now, you can do capacity cutoffs, which I'm going to have to obviously change when I do my 6000s. So, you know, it's your typical basic crap. I mean, there's nothing extraordinary about this charger. There's nothing that it's, you know, where it's doing anything more, I'd say, than any other charger. But I'm just really excited about it because I can charge 2 batteries at once now, and it seems pretty robust. Like I said, the fact that the fans came on right away, that shows that it's trying to give itself a shot at longevity. Where I noticed some of the chargers, they're, you know, even at full blast, I'd have one of these charging at 6 amps, and that fan on my Sigma wouldn't turn on after about maybe 5 minutes of charging already, and that thing's heating up. So that's why I always ran an external charger. I might not have to worry about this guy right here, but again, I will monitor temps on this. You know, I have a temp gun and everything, and then you can monitor the temp right on here and see how high it's actually getting. So I'll just keep an eye on that, and let you guys know if you're really interested in you know, what the temperatures might become, and if it's, you know, if I'm charging at 8 amps on these or something like that. I know they can handle. That's what they're rated at. So we'll definitely find that out. My HRB batteries, I don't believe they're rated to charge that high, so I have to be careful with those. I know there's kind of like a rule of thumb with how many cells and your C rating, how fast it can discharge to how fast you can charge it. That does kind of play a role in batteries where you know, your C rating does play a role in that. And this was kind of weird. These are 35C continuous 70C punch, but you can charge them at a high rating. So I'm not sure how the batteries are built and what circuitry goes into them, which allows them to be charged at a higher rate. But I try to tend to stay around. You know, people go, oh, it's a 5,000 milliamp battery to charge it at 5 amps. You know, I think there's a little more involved in that, because you can have a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, but that doesn't mean you can charge it at 10 amps. I don't believe so. I think it has more plays a role with your C rating. So your discharge and charge ratings kind of go hand in hand in a way. But don't quote me on that. I know there's a lot of stuff involved in this battery tech and new stuff coming out, and I use obviously the cheaper batteries. But I've never had a problem with them, and I just kind of follow the rule of thumb type of deal with what other guys have experienced, and I've had no issues. So overall, I'm just stoked that I have this charger, and I'm stoked that I get to charge 2 batteries at once. And once it goes on a little bit further, like I said, I'm going to have some updates for my HPI Savage Flux HP, I guess you want to call it. It's the, you know, it's the extended frame, everything. It's the XL. HPI just emailed me, said that they're going to start shipping to the retailers the battery boxes, which I'm really upset about. The Kershaw design ones I got, you can only fit so many size batteries, and they're just open to the elements, and I don't know. You guys will see it on another video, my comparison from Kershaw designs to what other people have to offer. Not really bashing too much on Kershaw, but I think once I ditch all of my components on my truck that are Kershaw designs, I will probably be happier. But anyway, enough rambling. Pretty cool charger. Like I said, the weight of it really kind of says something about it. You know, it's got some robust electronics in there, and but I am kind of disappointed that you're not able to plug your balance cords straight into the charger itself. I wish it had some tabs or something like that where you can just plug straight into there and not have to worry about going through one of the boards. I never really need anything higher than 3S unless I get the X Max eventually. Then I'll maybe do the 4S one. But again, I just change it out on the chart. I mean, like I do on my other charger, I just have a bunch of balance plugs in there, and I guess this takes away from that clutterness, but still you have this kind of gaudy, you know, balance board just hanging off over here. So, and if you're limited on space, kind of like me, I don't have a lot of garage space because I have a lot of kids junk in here. It just kind of, you know, it's kind of a negative, if you want to call it a negative. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much. I have to walk over here now and turn off my camera. So I thought I had the remote with me. I don't. So anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll do some more reviews on this when I'm full on charge and you know, full bore when it's full amperage. All right, guys, later.